What's a skill that's becoming useless faster than people realize? I know how to develop film and use a dark room. I doubt film and photography nerds would ever let this die. It's always going to be useful in some capacity. I'd say hacky sack skills. I haven't seen anyone use those skills since the 90s. Hacky sack. Sooner or later, it has to drop. Never let it drop. Everyone's counting on you, Zach. Spelling and thinking about what word to type next. But those autocorrect suggestions are pretty badgers. Basic navigation, like reading a map. Now they're digital, and point the way with a colored path plus pins, not to mention voice navigation. I would say that day to day it's becoming obsolete, but definitely not useless. Having a sense of direction and being able to follow a paper map is still very helpful. Burping the alphabet. It's okay, pal. I still think it's cool. Remembering phone numbers. I was so proud that I could recall all my family members' phone numbers until they got new phones. Now, for the life of me, I could not call my mom if her number wasn't saved in the phone. Useless? Absolutely not. If you are ever in a situation where your phone is lost or destroyed and you need to bum a phone off someone and you don't have at least a few emergency contact numbers memorized, you are fucked. Handwriting. Really, these days kids get handed a computer the day they are born. There is actually very little need to develop handwriting skills except for recreation. Everything is a touchscreen now. Schools still try and teach handwriting, but the kids have already realized it is much faster and easier to convey information digitally. But it's coming back. Handwritten tests are a key way to thwart use of AI tools in classes. Can confirm, undergraduate microbiology professor here, I'm requiring my students to handwrite all their lab reports, essay assignments, and all paper in-person exams have essay, case study sections, so that even if they bought a report from someone, they might at least learn something transcribing it. I also change the labs just a little every semester so I can tell if something's been recycled. Porn fluffers. Ever since Cialis and Viagra have become more commonplace, this classic art is disappearing. Well, I hope you find work again soon. You guys are getting paid? Tree cutting, like lumberjack stuff. Machines doing the job have actually made it safer for workers and reduced the number of deaths caused by accidents in the profession. Edit. Some of you think I mean local arborist companies or tree trimming services. I don't. Those small jobs should absolutely still be done by trained professionals. I'm referring specifically to large-scale commercial forest clearing as part of the logging industry, which is where most deaths occur and why machinery like grapple saws are helping keep logging workers safe. The same thing happened in coal mining. Machines are safer than miners. Professional photography. When every person with a cell phone can claim to be a photographer, it's really the people who learn how composition and editing work who will be able to compete. 3 of my mates became photographers, and they were all get-rich-quick scheme. MLM people to begin with, and now they all went out and bought a camera and are charging $1,500, $2,000 for a few shitty pictures in our local gardens. Debate. It hardly matters anymore. Very hard to change somebody's mind when they have 100 TikToks and YouTube video essays that prove them right. It's always been next to impossible to change anyone's mind with debate. Debate is for the benefit of onlookers, not participants. At best, it can help you better articulate and defend your own positions. Graphic design. People designing their own logos are a massive problem in my industry. They use shitty online apps that create raster logos, JPEGs, PNGs, etc., and those files are completely useless when it comes to recreating that logo as a physical sign. I spend more time vectorizing logos than I really ought to do because people think they can save a few bucks doing it themselves. AI killed any freelance traction I had. Everyone I know is using Canva. Looking for a new career, knowing the principles is your golden skill, not necessarily exercising them. I made a transition years ago into performance analytics and use my design knowledge on every project. I point out how poorly chosen typefaces affect engagement, when on-screen information density is subpar, when color selection might be confusing users instead of guiding them. And the beauty is that I know enough about web development that I can measure these impacts and present them back to clients for remedial action. Literally, this confusingly labeled button is costing you $X in sales per month type of stuff. There are so many bad designers out there, and they seem to be everyone's first choice, that I expect to be in business for quite a while. It's quite lucrative cleaning up the slop that is modern-day web design. Stick shift. It used to be more efficient, depending on your driving style. But now, the automatic transmission cars are more efficient too. It's just for fun at this point. It's not even cheaper anymore. Manuals used to be base models. Now, because of how few they sell, they're an option you have to pay for. Like the new Integra, you have to buy the top trim package to even have the option to spend $1,000 more to have the manual. I guess it depends on what you see as useless. It seems most in here consider any skill that can't be monetized as useless, in which case we are doomed. Learn to code has turned into learn a trade. I suppose everything is about your job, but we also have to live our lives. not everything has to be for money. I'd still rather be able to write, speak a second language, think critically, carry a conversation, etc. I will continue to resist the stream of AI slop and automation, cheapening of every aspect of life. I had a conversation with a friend, telling him I want to pick up Blender again. His response? Can't AI just do that? Like, bro, I want to make stuff not make money. This is the real curse of the hustle culture. Troubleshooting. Working in IT for like 10 years, everyone is so used to things being super user-friendly. So when stuff goes wrong, people just don't know what to do. Adults and children alike. It definitely seems like people born in the 90 seconds who grew up with janky-ass hardware, software tend to be the most self-sufficient. The title of the post is asking, what's becoming useless? You describe what's being used less. Writing well. People just don't care. Many don't even bother to punctuate or capitalize. I have worked in sales for 5 years now, and as much as it pains me to say, I believe that a lot of sales positions will become obsolete with AI now. All of the questions you can ask a salesperson, you can get a better answer from an AI bot that has all of the information about vehicles and about policies for companies you would like to buy from. And with the internet being as prevalent as it is now, there is less use for people to go into physical stores to purchase things. People do weeks, if not months of research online before they even walk into a store. And most of them know what they're going to buy before they even step foot on the property. So in my eyes, as soon as you can chat with an AI bot and tell them your exact wants, needs with the product you're trying to buy, this bot will check off each of your boxes through its inventory and find you exactly what you need, more or less, and give you exactly what you should get, making it easier, and people will feel less like they are being scammed because they are not dealing with a greasy salesperson. At this point, it feels like every skill I've learned, writing, editing, tutoring, graphic design, photoshopping, I was going to learn how to draw, but what's the point when a robot would be able to do it 10 times better in a fraction of the time? The point is to express yourself, to discover and cultivate your soul. No tool can do that for you. Knowing where you are when driving. Way too many depend on GPS and drive like shit because they have no idea where they are. They make the dumbest and worst decisions when they miss their turn. Instead of moving over and making a U-turn, they stop in the middle of heavy traffic and cause so much havoc. Fuck bad drivers. I think you just made an argument for why knowing where you are when driving is a useful skill. Honest, unbiased journalism. That's not becoming useless. It's already 6 feet under. That was gone by World War II. Critical thinking and civil discourse. Not that these skills are useless per se, but with fewer and fewer people valuing it or expect their elected officials to even attempt it, it feels like talking to a brick wall. Even on Reddit, I'm starting to see that in a discussion, someone will just feed the comment chain into ChatGPT and ask it to provide counterclaims or fact check and copy it straight away. No thought behind it. If you liked the video, I would be grateful for a like and a subscription.